This finishes the first of 3 rounds of discussion between Job and his friends. It all started with Job speaking out of his pain and cursing the day of his birth. Job was overwhelmed with pain and suffering. His friends didn't comfort him, but condemned him. Each view of each friend represents a well-known way to understand suffering. God proves later in the book that each explanation by a friend was less than a whole answer. Here is a chart outlining the main arguments. It contains Job's response to each argument. Eliphaz went first and said that Job is suffering because he has sinned. He told Job to go to God and lay his cause before him. Job answered that Eliphaz should take back his false accusations. Bildad then told him that Job wouldn't admit that he had sinned, so he's still suffering. Bildad asks, "How long will you go on like this?" Job answered that he would ask God, "What charges do you have against me?" Zophar said that Job's sin deserves even more suffering than he's experienced. He said to Job, "Get rid of your sins." Job answered, "I know that I will be justified." So here's the same chart that kind of lays it out in more plain English. So Eliphaz said, "You sinned, and that's why you're suffering. Go and talk to God about it." Job said, "I haven't sinned. That's false. Take it back." Okay, and so Bildad said, "You sinned and won't admit it, so God just keeps you suffering. How long are you going to keep it up?" And Job said, "I'll talk to God, and he will tell me what he has against me." And then Zophar, who's probably the most cruel of the three, said, "Your sin deserves even more than what you got. You better get rid of your sin." And Job said, "You'll see that in the end, God will clear me." God rebuked Job's 3 friends later on, saying that they had not spoken of God rightly like Job had. There are still 2 more rounds of discussion yet to go, starting with chapter 15, the second round. Here we go.